Have you ever set the alarm for 2:30 in the morning to get up and draw with people from the other side of the world at 3:30 in the morning on Zoom? I did. I did it. I actually managed to wake up, keep my eyes open, get out of bed, and set my things up and be ready by 3:30 in the morning to draw with Melanie Chadwick and Kriksis. It was worth getting up for. It was beautiful. It was really beautiful. What a lovely way to start my morning. My morning. It was really, really, really peaceful and quite a spiritual. It's a spiritual time of the day, and I just really loved it. So we all met together on Zoom. There were people from, well, Melanie and Kriksis were both in Cornwall. I'm here in Australia. There were people from Sweden and from, oh goodness, I can't remember, different parts of America. I will go back and watch the replay. I am quite tired now, but I will go back and watch that replay again because there's some really lovely people in there. I love the Zoom drawing sessions. I'll talk more about Zoom drawing sessions a little bit later. I'll just tell you what we did, how we started. So we started off drawing really fast warm-up drawings. I think they were 30 seconds. And I had pre-made myself a concertina booklet the day before. And I just used cardboard, just white cardboard. And because I wanted to use watercolors. I thought I'd use more watercolors. Actually, I got all the things out. I had all sorts of like watercolor paints, all of the Inktense pencils. I've got the really bright colors. I've got really bright acrylic paint markers, dry pastels. I had lots of things, more than what you can see in the actual video. I had ready to go, but I hardly used any of those things. Because it's a concertina book, and you can see I'm moving backwards and forwards along the different pages that I have, I wanted to keep a fairly consistent color harmony. And so I did stick with a reasonably limited palette. So these acrylic paint markers, they're very cheap ones, and I actually prefer these to Poscas. They're called Thule, and they worked out about $1 Australian each. I bought them online, and yeah, they're really great. So I've just started off. We did some fast 30-second warm-up drawings, and in somewhere in here there's continuous line drawings, blind contour drawings, using a non-dominant hand, and I think we did one negative space drawing. I think I only did one negative space drawing. Yeah. So the acrylic paint markers are great also because they're so juicy that you can use your finger and smudge them around a bit. So they kind of give the appearance of well, they are paint, I suppose. So while they're still wet, you can smudge them out and give the illusion of a tonal sort of, or texture, a different texture and different tones. I also used some Inktense pencils. And what else did I use? I used some watercolor paints, and a few of those are dried gouache in the little half pans, and I used those as well. So it was so much fun. So yeah, the cardboard, I can't remember if I told you or not because I am quite tired now. The cardboard that I was using, I painted it with a clear gesso layer. So that's why if I didn't do that, I wouldn't have been able to get the smudged sort of paint effect with the acrylic paint markers, or use the water to sort of spread the Inktense out, or use the watercolor paints. The paper would have just absorbed it immediately, and it wouldn't have given me that range of effect or the movement of the paint. And that's what I love about any sort of painting medium or watercolor pencil or the Inktense, is that you can move it around and you can change it, and you can just create more depth and more variety in what you're doing. It was so much fun. I really, really enjoyed it. So here I'm drawing with my non-dominant hand and painting with my It's really interesting watching your process back. So I'm just doing a voiceover as I watch the replay of what I recorded. So I recorded my process while I was on the Zoom session and just sped it up. It's really interesting actually watching your process. It's something I would recommend doing because I didn't realize I was doing half of these things, to be honest. And I quite like drawing with my non-dominant hand. I'm going to do more of that too. Yeah. So one of the things I really love about these Zoom drawing sessions is I get to talk to people who are interested in what I'm interested in. And whilst where I live, there are definitely a lot of artists around, they're quite far away. They may as well be in another country. Like my friends who are creative, they might be an hour and a half's drive away, or an hour's drive, or even half an hour's drive away. Honestly, when you're short on time, like, if you've got a job or a family or kids or a massive garden to maintain or all of the above, just that, you can't do that all the time. You can't be driving long distances all the time just to paint with your friends. It's so much easier, quicker, cheaper, more convenient to meet online, to meet through Zoom. I can still see the people I'm drawing with. I can talk to them in real time. And I've got my stuff set up. I can have it set up the night before or the morning before, or it's all ready to go. And I can keep it set up here in my studio. I'm very lucky that I have the space. And it's really just a table, to be honest. You don't need much space. A table and a couple of those wheelie carts with my things on them. And that's my art space, and I can keep it here all the time. It's really, actually, it encourages you to draw more and to make more art. It's easy to get on Zoom, meet up with a friend who is in either another country or in another town. Like I regularly draw with people who are hours away, oceans away. And so, yeah, I really love it. It's just a great way to connect with other people. I definitely love doing in-person workshops. I love it. And I love meeting up with people. But in-person workshops are expensive. And for me, the closest ones usually are a 3.5-hour drive away. And I have to pay for accommodation and all of those things that go with it as well. So this is great for me, the Zoom drawing sessions. And I'm so grateful to Kriksis, because when I joined Kriksis' Patreon, she saw that I was in Australia and rearranged her times and made one of the Zoom drawing sessions that she does. I think she does 3 a month. She made it at a time that I could join. It is still 6 o'clock in the morning, which probably is a bit early for most people, but that's a perfect time for me. I'm a morning person. Okay, not usually this early, 2:30, 3:30. This is an adventure. I wanted to try it. I was keen I am always up for adventure. And you've got to try most things at once, right? Yeah, I actually think I'll be doing this again because it's really good. I'll see how I go later in the day. I'm not working today, so I may have a little lie down or a yoga nidra session in the middle of the day. Or I might just keep painting, because that's the other benefit of being on Zoom and drawing with other people. I am so inspired now. I am super inspired. I just want to paint all day. And yeah, I might just do that. Yeah, so Kriksis has made a Zoom drawing session so that I can attend, and I'll probably stay in her Patreon for a very long time because of that, because it's beautiful. I love connecting with people. So far, that's really the only Zoom session, drawing session that I've been able to attend, unless I do this and get up this early in the morning. It's not sustainable to do that too often though. And so I've started my own Zoom drawing sessions because I wanted to connect with people. I wanted to draw with other people. I wanted to do more art myself. And it definitely, I love my own company very much, and I need it. I'm quite an introvert, but I also like to talk to other people about the art supplies we're using and the process and the challenges and the triumphs that we experience as an artist, and how do we fit art into our everyday lives when there's always so many other things going on, no matter what it is that you're doing in your life. And so meeting up with other people online has been perfect for me, because I've made some great friends. I'm definitely doing more art, and it's just a really good adventure. Yeah, so I decided to host my own Zoom drawing sessions, and currently I'm just doing that through my own Substack. And it's small at the moment, and it's good. It's really lovely. I started a Discord as well, and so we have Art Club in Discord as well, where we just get to hang out and talk with other people who are making art. Yeah, it is a bit of a practice to paint and talk at the same time. Like, it definitely is taking me some time to get used to, especially as a host of a Zoom session. I found at first, and still I'm finding, to be honest, my paintings are not, I can't expect to make a great painting when I'm hosting a Zoom session. It's not really about that, to be honest. It's about, well, it's also a beautiful way to be of service to somebody. Like, yeah, that's something I found I really enjoyed as well, is encouraging other people to make art and just to show up and enjoy and connect with other artists. So here's my concertina book, and yeah, I might go back in later and draw more in the white spaces. I might use some of the reference photos that Kriksis and Melanie are sharing. Or yeah, I'm not sure, I might write some words in there. I'll definitely do something on the back cover as well. That was just a really beautiful way to start my morning. Thank you, Melanie. Thank you, Kriksis. And thank you to everyone else who was on the Zoom. It was lovely to meet you all. And thank you for drawing with me. It was so good to see everyone's drawings and paintings. They're all so different. And I've really enjoyed every moment. So thank you, everybody. And thank you to those people who are watching the replay. I'd love to know what you think. Please let me know if you're going to attend somebody's Zoom drawing session, because honestly, they are such a great thing to do. I highly recommend them. All right, my friends, I think it's time for another coffee. I will talk to you later. Okay, bye.